Percy Jackson is back. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about how Percy Jackson and the Olympians is coming to Disney Plus very soon. We don't have an official release date yet, but I'm going to get into that here in a second. Before I do, make sure to hit the like button, comment your thoughts on the Percy Jackson books, the movies, your relationship with this franchise down below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos like this one. So earlier today, the author of the Percy Jackson books, Rick Riordan, went on and he had a video where he described that Percy Jackson and the Olympians is coming back. It is not rumors anymore. It is 100% true. They already have someone signed on to direct the pilot episode, and it doesn't have a release date yet, but this will be a series that is streaming on Disney Plus. Now, my experience with Percy Jackson is I read the Lightning Thief book. It's one of the fastest books I've ever read in my entire life, and that was probably like 3rd or 4th grade, I want to say. I read it leading up to the actual movie, because there are 2 movies. And then I saw the Lightning Thief in theater, and to be honest with you, as a young kid, I liked it, and it was a movie that I watched a lot with my friends and my family, and it wasn't 100% accurate to the book, so I see why hardcore fans could have been upset by that. But to me, it didn't really bother me. I enjoyed that movie for what it was. Now, I haven't gone back to it since like 10th grade, I want to say, because we watched it in school for some reason, but I remember having a fun time with it. However, Sea of Monsters, the sequel, was abysmal. That movie's terrible. I still remember seeing it in theaters with some friends and being super let down by how bad it really was. So I definitely see why they stopped making those movies. Obviously, Logan Lerman got a little too old. Alexandra Daddario got a little too old because the characters in the books, I remember being younger than they were portrayed in the movies, and that was a huge issue that fans really had. So I think this show is going to do justice to that. It's great when we finally get to see the wrongs get written, and I think that's what this show is going to do for longtime Percy Jackson fans. I would consider myself a very mild Percy Jackson fan, like I said. My experience is I've read the first book, part of the other books, and I've seen 2 movies, so I'm not super familiar with the lore. However, the fact that they're actually bringing the show to Disney Plus does intrigue me, because I feel like this is a project unlike a lot of others that would be perfectly suited for Disney Plus, because some of those movies did feel pretty rushed from what I remember, and it's not like a Marvel thing. With the MCU, we're so used to these movies in these 2 to 2.5 hour format of storytelling, but with this, I think it's perfect for a show because you could basically take a few chapters of each book and make that into one episode and make it 8 to 10 episodes long. I think that would work perfectly. This show definitely lends itself to the show structure, unlike the actual movie structure, because we've seen that and it didn't really work out at the box office or with the fans. The author also said in the announcement video that the guy they have signed on to direct the pilot episode is a massive fan of this franchise, and it's a part of his family essentially, so everyone is in good hands when it comes to kind of staying faithful to the text adaptation. If it's done right, it could be like the next generation Harry Potter. Now, I know that's a really bold statement. Obviously, the Harry Potter books and the Harry Potter fandom is much more massive than Percy Jackson, but if this is done right, which I think it could be based on what the author has said and based on, Disney Plus's track record, this could be the next mega hit franchise that's kind of like a coming of age fantasy type story. A lot of fans online are also speculating and hopeful that maybe Logan Lerman will come back and have a role in the show, whether he's playing Poseidon or another character, we're not sure. Obviously, he played Percy in the original 2 films. I can't see Logan Lerman coming back to this franchise, honestly. I think it's wishful thinking by fans. It would be cool to happen, a nice little Easter egg. I just highly doubt that because it might confuse viewers who watch those original movies, and that's not something that this franchise really needs or should be doing right now. Not really worrying about fan service, especially when the original 2 movies, weren't massive hits with crowds. But with all that being said, I am pretty excited for the Percy Jackson show. I think that it will be a fun time. I hope it gets a worthy budget and it's not just something that's kind of thrown to Disney Plus, but this has been in development for quite some time, so I think it's going to get justice. And talking about Percy Jackson reminds me, I really wish they would do this with Narnia, and we would just get a Narnia miniseries, because I enjoyed the first 2 Narnia movies growing up. The 3rd one we don't talk about, but I really think they could do a Narnia miniseries on Disney Plus that would be effective and it would work. Who knows if we're ever going to see that, but are you guys excited for Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the miniseries or show coming to Disney Plus? TBD, we don't know when, to be determined, but let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below, this announcement. I'm definitely going to be checking it out whenever it comes to Disney Plus. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like button, and again, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos just like this one, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.